All right, here we go. And welcome. Hello, and welcome to the Cheetar Podcast, episode 10 already. Um, that's crazy. Yeah, we do a video game show, talk about what we've been playing recently. We go over some news sometimes. We do emails sometimes. The email's on the screen. You can write into Z, as in Z, ZCPodcast1 at gmail.com. Write about anything, either critiques or if there's a news story that we didn't cover, because we don't cover that much news these days. If there's a news story you're interested in, you want us to talk about it, go ahead, write in. Or if you just want to list your favorite games or anything, we'll bring it up on the show and talk about it. But yeah, we each bring a segment towards the end, and then talk about that too. But I'm your host for this week, Zemus, and with me, as almost always, the one and only Cheetar.
Almost always, indeed.
Almost always, yeah.
I'm the one who always calls off.
You're right. Well, but what was it, 2 weeks ago when I was like, I'm not going to do it, but you weren't around anyway, and I thought,
Yeah,
and I couldn't I was trying to get that another co-host, and it kind of didn't work out,
yeah,
but
it's fine.
But yeah, but every show we've done so far, yeah, I've been here in one way or another.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
how have you been?
I've been okay.
Busy. Yeah, same here. Although now I'm clear. I got my stuff done, my adult stuff done today, and a lot of walking in the super hot weather,
Yeah.
and I'm home now, and I'm ready to play some video games and talk about some games. So.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Yeah, I've been busy with video games, as you saw earlier.
Yeah,
you're a mod.
You just finished streaming. Yeah.
Yeah, been doing streaming again fairly recently.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Just because of how much it takes out of you.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. And you've been streaming Mario Maker too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely cool because it's very good for that interactivity between a host, a streamer, and the audience. Just taking viewer levels and playing fresh new things, because I'm playing levels that are actually pretty good that I would have never touched before.
Right.
I'm taking a look right now, but yeah, for context, last week I started streaming this. What was it, like last Monday, maybe Sunday? And I had like 12 followers.
Right.
Currently, right now, I have 45.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Moving on up.
Yeah, it's 50 doesn't sound that far anymore, eh?
No, it really doesn't. I'm shocked. I mean, I'm happy, I guess.
Yeah, it's because you're playing people's levels and you're like talking about them and stuff, and people feel that connection. I guess that's pretty cool. There isn't many games like that, Hey, you could do it for Dreams. I mean, you don't want to do the same thing over and over again. But I'm just saying, Dreams is one you own that you could maybe do that for as well. But I don't know if the popularity's there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. I tried streaming it that one time, and I haven't touched it since, to be honest. Like, it's really cool.
I saw a Crash Bandicoot level that made me think of you. It looked really cool.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked just like Crash Bandicoot, like really close. So they're getting pretty crazy. So
I'm scared. I like Crash.
Yeah. I was thinking 3D platformer when I saw that, so I was thinking of you.
Yeah. Give me a Banjo-Kazooie.
Right. Nuts and bolts? All
right. I mean, sure. I'll take it. I'll take a working nuts and bolts, because mine doesn't work.
There you go.
So, anyway. But yeah, cool. Mario Maker. That's all I've been playing.
Well, let's just jump into, what you've been playing then, because we always start with what we've been playing lately, and we'll just keep it going with what you've been doing. It's just been Mario Maker, or what do you got going? Did you ever get back to Secret of Mana?
No. Well, it's been Mario Maker and then that mobile game.
And even then, same one, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but even then, I pretty much just been doing either like the auto battles or just locking in every day to get material to earn new characters.
Right.
Because like there's a story mode, which is like the main part of it, but there are certain things that you have to accomplish in a battle, and there are a few, I want to say 3 or 4, where I didn't do all of the things for the criteria. Yep. so because of that, I didn't get like the quote unquote big prize from doing everything.
Gotcha.
But when you click on an old chapter or yeah, I guess chapter episode, then it just does an auto battle instead, and the AI just knows like, okay, I need to do all of these things in order for you to get it perfect.
Hmm.
So I'm like, okay.
For the people that don't know, what was the game called again?
It's called Magia Record.
Magia Record? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
I'll just spell it.
And that's just that's like a mobile game or whatever, but it sounded pretty decent.
Yeah.
Last week it sounded kind of cool. So.
Yeah, I mean it's it's a side story on based on the Madoka Puella Magi Madoka Magica like anime.
Gotcha.
For people who don't know, Madoka is think of Sailor Moon, but think of like the Evangelion of Sailor Moon. Like it's just very dark and depressing and like a deconstruction of magical girl anime.
Right.
But yeah, it's called Magia Record. Just typed it in.
Cool. Yep. Cool. And that you're just playing it like an Android or Apple or whatever.
Yeah, I have an iPhone.
There you go. So
I mean, it's on.
It's probably on
Google Play
everything.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then obviously Mario Maker. So.
Yes.
Cool.
That game's gonna be the death of me.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do? One more stream to hit 50, and then to change it up? You don't know?
I'm not sure. Like, I'll do one more stream. I still plan on doing Mario Maker streams. I guess that's
well, while it's popular, right?
While it's popular, and also it's just fun to play other people's levels. However, I can actually once I hit 50, then I can apply for that affiliate, or unless you just get it. I don't know how that affiliate works.
It might even take a while. I don't know. I don't remember with Steph, but I'm sure it wasn't the day after or nothing. It might take a little while. They're pretty slow with some stuff. So
yeah, but regardless, like I would like to play other things on a stream. Things that I can just like relax and talk to the chat to because
true. Good call. Not actiony. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like once you gain that viewer base, then I don't know. I mean, there are a couple people who I see occasionally in there. Like, I feel like yes, I'm giving them entertainment by I'm moving my hands as if I still have the camera.
That's okay.
Yeah,
we'll be moving to video eventually. I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm giving them entertainment by them seeing me play Mario, but like I'm doing baby sentences because I can't focus.
You can't just sit there and have a conversation with the people.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So Final Fantasy Adventure.
Actually, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see that. I want to definitely be around for that. Yeah.
I played a tiny bit of it, and then I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. I'll stream this someday."
Cool. Yeah, I really want to see it. It's probably short too, probably. I'm guessing because it's an older Game Boy game. So.
I would assume so, but like also, I wish that Collection of Mana had online multiplayer.
Oh man, yeah, I'd be more interested in buying it just so I could play with you.
Yeah,
for sure.
Just because like
I'll get it on a sale someday.
Yeah, I mean, I love this play Second Densetsu 3 or Trials, I guess, Trials of Mana.
Yeah.
And then I also love to play Secret of Mana again, but this time with actually like 3 people.
Yeah, I've never played it with people ever. Anybody. Well,
I've only played it with one other person. That was the first time I played it. It was maybe 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh, okay. It was about that time for me too. Actually, I did play with my niece. We went through a few hours of it, but yeah.
Yeah, it might have been like 5 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm thinking about it, but still, like it was very good. I really want to play it again. I just don't have local people.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I don't know Spencer.
Wait, is Spencer a local person?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you go. He's in the chat, so yeah. Thanks for showing up, Spencer. That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. But yeah, like it's I'd be more inclined in playing it if I could play it with people again.
Yep.
Just because it's a great game. It's made for that.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Everybody throw up your non-existent emotes.
Emotes.
I want to get a Tasmanian devil. That's my first emote, I think.
Really?
Like cheering or going crazy, yeah.
Like the Tasmanian devil?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know why, and it started months ago. I think it might have been Caveman, who I think is also in the chat, just quiet today.
Hmm.
I think it might have been him or somebody mentioned it. Oh no, it was Vex. You remember Vex from Steph's
Yeah.
channel? Yeah, he showed up for a long time in one of my streams, and I forget how, but we came up with the Tasmanian Devil would be an awesome emote because it's like a '90s thing. I loved the Tasmanian Devil. It was on all my clothes, like growing up, and it's just something that'd be really cool. That's a first emote, just a crazy,
Yeah.
and that's probably unique too. I don't know if that's out there. So, anyways,
Hmm.
but do I do
Yeah.
the Tiny Toons version? Because that's the one that I really grew up with.
So, I mean, Dizzy Devil?
Yeah, exactly. So that'd be
His name's
cool, and
yeah,
then have
Dizzy.
all the Tiny Toons as my emotes.
Oh man.
See, that'd be awesome. I just get giddy
Uh,
thinking about it. So, but
I, I,
anyhow,
I call Buster.
okay, cool. And
Buster's my favorite.
yeah, and Babs is pretty
But
awesome.
yeah, that's true. When I was younger, I used to have like stuffed animals and like stuff like that.
Oh,
So
really?
like I had a Buster and Babs.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, I just played like Buster Bust Loose on Super Nintendo.
Oh, same here. Or I had one. Was that on Game Boy as well?
Oh, I didn't
I
have a Game Boy. I'm not sure.
oh right, yeah. Well,
Super
I had
Nintendo, yeah.
one that was it was a Tiny Toons game on Game Boy.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't find it. I don't know what happened to it.
Do you know what it's called? Have you ever tried to Google it or look up gameplay or
I
anything?
think it might be Buster's Bust Loose
Oh, okay, so it's
because
just like the handheld
it
version.
it seems very similar to it. I'm gonna Google it right
Does
now.
he dash? Because that's the main thing. Is like Buster's pretty big on the screen. He dashes like there's a run thing
No,
that you
I
can.
mean I've definitely played Buster's Bust Loose
Okay,
before, like on Super Nintendo.
gotcha. Yeah,
But
I loved that game on Super Nintendo.
yeah, I that was a game that I like rented.
Yeah, I just borrowed
Um,
it from a friend every once in a while.
let's see.
That and Aladdin, both of those are good platformers on Super Nintendo.
Aladdin's very good.
Yeah, music's really good in Aladdin too. Actually,
Yeah,
a friend went through the entire game on my SNES Classic like a year ago, so that was cool to see.
yeah.
Apparently, he grew up with it. He didn't have many games, but he's like, "Oh my God, you got Aladdin on here! I got to play it." So he went through all of
I
that.
found it.
Okay, what is it?
It's called Montana's Movie Madness.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you Montana Max is like hosting a like he made a new theater.
Huh.
But then like Montana Max is like the hero of all the movies. So then Buster just
That's
jumps
funny.
into the movie theater, into the screen, and he's like, "Nah, I'm gonna
That's
fix
cool.
this."
That's pretty creative for a Game Boy game.
Yeah, so like I remember like there were levels where it was like samurai movie. There was one where it was like a western. I don't know. I had a Game Boy when I was younger, so like I had more Game Boy games. So like I had a Animaniacs game too.
Cool. I love that show, man. That and
Yeah,
Tiny Toons, just and Batman. But yeah,
yeah.
awesome.
But I forget what we were talking about. Something about Tiny Toons
Yeah, just
emotes and stuff.
my
I
emote.
wanna,
Oh, we started with your channel and how well it's doing,
yeah.
I think, or something. And then we
What
went into my emotes and
let's pick up the pace, I guess.
yeah, sure. Uh,
What have you been playing?
all kinds of stuff, but two in particular. So if you were around last week, I got a package in the mail that day, or I think I was waiting for the package. Yeah,
Yeah,
and so I got Civ 6. Now I'm not going to spend an hour talking about it because I certainly could.
do it.
Um,
Do it so I can finish the pizza.
right. Okay. Deal. Just interrupt me when you're ready to move on. So I've mainly been playing that. I'll say also I bought the Mega Man X collection, the first
Right.
one.
That was yesterday, right?
Yeah, yesterday, maybe the day before, or the night before. But so yeah, Mega Man X to Mega Man X4. So I only played the first one growing up a lot. Rented that all the time. Got pretty good at it. Though I hadn't beat it in a long time. Because I always get like through all the levels and get all the collectibles, get the Hadouken and stuff. Not that I use it, but get the Hadouken and get all the special stuff and that, and then maybe start the final area. It's really tough, and then I'll give up. Like this is over the last couple decades, and via emulation or wherever I can play it,
Yeah.
And it's obviously on the SNES Classic. So I played it a bit and get to the end, give up. I'm like, I don't feel like plowing through the end of Mega Man X. Well,
Yeah.
now that I have it on PS4 and there's trophies, and a friend of mine is also playing it. He was a little ahead of me, but he had never played it before, and he was struggling a bit. He still hasn't beat it yet. He's having trouble with the final guy a lot, but I'm giving him tips and trying to help him out. Well, I beat it last night, so I finally played it and got through the end. It wasn't that difficult, but now I want to play it again and get good at it. I did that with
Yeah.
Mega Man 2 on the other classic collection or whatever.
Mhm.
Went through it over and over and over, then went through it on hard mode and started getting good at it.
Yeah, that's
But
a really good game.
yes,
Both
but
of
I'd
those,
love
I
to.
guess.
get good at 3. I can kind of dabble in 3. I know sort of the boss order, but I never really beat it or got that far
Yeah,
into it.
3's my favorite. I'm just not super good at it.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're so well now. There's a rewind feature at least in the regular Mega Man collection. You just
Oh
press
yeah, there is.
L1, it goes back like a couple seconds. It's just like so much easier to get good at it. You know, obviously the point
Yeah.
is to beat it properly, but it's so nice to have that rewind feature. I wish Mega Man X had it because then I would be more inclined to be like, I don't know if I'm in the mood. Maybe I'll get frustrated, but at least I can just play it. But right now, I
Yeah,
got to be in the mood. I got to
I believe it
focus.
was a different team who made it,
Right.
who
It's
did the
perfect though,
port.
and there's tons of extras. I love how you can play the Japanese version. You can do all kinds of cool stuff. Actually, I got a trophy for playing through the opening of the Japanese, the Rockman X version.
Hmm.
Even watching the credits to the end, because you get to shoot and play Mega Man and shoot the credits and stuff. So even playing through the credits, like not end credits, just the main menu credits, I got a trophy for finishing that.
Hmm.
So there's like weird trophies and stuff. So they had fun with that. So and I love my trophies. So I got all the Mega Man X trophies. I got everything done. But now is Mega Man X2, which I think is supposed to be one of the best ones, or at least I saw online. A lot of people love the second one, and I guess the third one not quite as much, but it's still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was the order. So I'm excited, but I don't know anything about the second or third one. Although I think I did play through the third one when I was a kid. I remember telling my buddy this the other day. I was like, wait, some of this does look familiar. I think I might have rented it once, and maybe
Yeah.
even beat it because I remembered the last boss. Googled it, and I'm like, yep, he looks just like I remembered. So maybe I did beat X2. Maybe it's not even that hard, or X3. I mean, maybe it's not that hard because I don't know how I would have beat it back when first try, but whatever.
Yeah.
But playing
I
games all day, every day for the whole weekend or whatever, I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, I remember playing the Mega Man games I played as a kid
Hmm.
were Mega Man 7, um, Mega Man X, and I think X2.
Okay, cool.
Those
Maybe you
were
could
really the
maybe you could
only.
help me through X2.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can definitely try. I like that
Cool.
game a lot. It's just different. But
Cool.
yeah, I didn't really. I had an NES, but like I say on every other show,
That's
I feel
okay.
that we all
We can
repeat
talk about the
ourselves.
NES as much as you want.
Well, I didn't. I only had 2 games or
Hmm.
2.5 games. I had the Duck Hunt Mario, and then I had Legend of Zelda, and that's it. Because
Dude,
like it
I'm
was
in the
my
same
parents.
boat. I'm in the same boat. Like I'm a lot older than you, or at least a decade or whatever. Maybe not even, but whatever. So like NES was my console. I mean, Super Nintendo, I was more like 11, 12 years old, so I was really into that. But I always only had like one game because
Yeah.
I got my Nintendo for Christmas, and then they're like, you're not getting gifts for another year or so because it costs so much. And then I'd get a game a year later, the one game I wanted, and then borrowed games from friends and stuff or rented games.
Yeah.
But anyways, so
But
yeah,
those that console, I mean, was my parents, I believe. Like
right,
my mom and dad would play like Mario just
sure,
forever.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure my mom still knows how to just play through Mario and like speed run it
That's
essentially.
really cool, man. You got a cool mom. My
But like
parents
that's
hated
the
video
only game
games.
she plays. Like
They were
that's it. That's it.
okay.
She
That's
hasn't
that's
touched
still pretty
another one.
cool.
I guess she touched like the All Stars ones,
Ah,
but yeah, it's just the first Mario. She hates all the others.
gotcha.
um, but yeah, so Super Nintendo was where my sister and I and like I guess my parents kind of maybe I mean like with All Stars like
Right.
but like we would play that so because my sister and we're like 4 years apart we would each
Like she's
probably like
older, or
yeah she's
okay,
older
okay,
um so I feel like that's why we had more games because it appealed to both of us
right.
maybe I'm not sure like we had Ninja Turtles I don't know I
What,
have
Turtles in Time?
yeah Turtles in
Oh,
Time
lucky you, man.
yeah I have like a
I
bunch of
did
those
play it growing
games.
up a lot, but I never owned many games, so that's cool though.
But yeah, like, but back when I was go back, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, we rented a lot too, so and since I didn't really play my NES, or our NES, I guess, I played
Mhm.
mostly Super Nintendo. So that's where I ran into Earthworm Jim. That's where I ran into
Nice.
uh, Mega Man. So like 7, I think Mega
Cool.
Man 7 was my first Mega Man game,
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, and that's one I never
and it's
played.
not
So
a bad game. It's just the sprite's too big.
yeah, it's different. Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. I've never ever played that one. I don't
Mm.
think. Probably one of the
Yeah,
few Super Nintendo games I haven't played besides some obscure ones, I guess. But
yeah, 8's not great, but
yeah.
we don't talk about 8.
Wait, was that on PlayStation? Yeah, it was on PS1, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I started with Mega Man 2. Um, my buddy, well, okay. Actually, it's funny. This was going to be one of my topics, but for next week, but whatever, or whenever we do it next week, week after. So I'll just quickly say, um, so I grew up playing Atari a little bit, and I'm talking grew up. So this would be '80s. I would have been like 5 or 6 years old or whatever, and I don't even know. I'm just guessing. But we had an Atari and a few games, a Jungle Hunt, a Defender, some classics that I've since looked up and learn more about them.
Hmm.
Those stuck with me. I can still think back to them, to me playing it, or my mom would play a little bit of a helicopter game or something on Atari, um, which is the closest I can ever think of her playing a game. Maybe Pac-Man or something, but that always stressed her out. She'd always be screaming when ghosts are chasing her and stuff. Um, so I played that a bit, but I was too young to really get into it or anything, and um, it wasn't until years later. So this would have been early '90s. Nintendo had been out for a while, and I met this kid at this school, St. John Fisher School, in a small little town called Forest that I grew up in, and a tiny little town.
Hmm.
And well, now it's got much little more stuff anyway, but I mean, it's still like probably 3,000 people or whatever. Um, but anyways, I just remember, and again, this is like 30 years ago. This is forever ago. So like I remember running into him, and I don't remember what happened or what we talked about. We were just little kids at the school that I didn't go to. He went to that school, and he must have just said like, "Hey, do you want to come over and play Nintendo?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like I don't even know what that is. And I
Yeah.
just remember him taking me to his house, which was right there, and meeting. And I probably called my mom and said, "Hey, I'm going to some kid's place, and Randy." And it's a it's weird thinking about it now because like, and I'll try not to drone on forever about this, but it's weird thinking about. I couldn't have been 10 because when I was 11, I'd already been up north. My parents already split up. I already had my Super Nintendo, or was getting close to it. So I must have been 7. But you're wandering the town by yourself, doing whatever you want. Like it's a small
Hmm.
town in the '80s and '90s, I guess. It's different than today, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
anyways, but yeah, so he showed me Nintendo, and I just remember he had 2 chairs, like special weird chairs in front of this television in the corner of this room with a fish tank with his four turtles, each one named after the Ninja Turtles, in the tank, and he had like at least 4 shoeboxes full of NES games. Like,
Wow.
and I'm looking, I'm like, what are all these games? And he's showing me like
He
Chip and
owns
Dale.
all of them.
Yeah, and he had. I told you this, I'm sure, on the show before, probably an early episode. He had Batman, like a purple
Yeah.
Batman card, yeah, with like a translation thing attached to it and all that.
Hmm.
And he had the what are they called? The unlicensed ones, the black carts, the weird ones. He had a weird Robin Hood
Oh,
game that I've since looked up, and it's like a
like
weird
was it
one.
like Tengen or something?
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Yeah, the weird grip on the top, and it's like really weird.
Yeah, I saw
Um,
him at a local place over
cool.
not too far from here. They're trying to sell them for a lot because I
Oh,
guess they're rare.
oh, maybe, probably,
Some of
because they're
them, like
not
Bible
licensed.
Adventures and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't have that though, but we did play every NES game he had though. I mean, I could go on forever, but Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, fantastic 2-player co-op. He had all the
Hmm.
a couple Ninja Turtles games for NES. The classic one I hate, but then there's a co-op one that's based off the arcade game on NES that's really good.
Yeah.
It's not the Hyperzone Heist? I think that one's for Sega.
No, I think it's just called the arcade game.
You're right. It is. I see the arcade. I can see in my head the logo. You're right. It
Yeah,
kind
I
of plays
played that
like Turtles in
before.
Time, but you start in a burning building. I still remember it. But
Well,
anyways,
okay, now I'm remembering. Like, I
really?
guess I did play a lot of NES because I had a friend who had that game and he had the NES, but they didn't have a Super Nintendo.
Ah,
So yeah, I guess I did play a lot of
there you
that.
go. That's cool.
Huh.
We played some
And
like
Mega Man Legends, but
right there you go. So that brings me back. I'm gonna reel it in now. So he had Mega Man 2, and I think that's the only Mega Man he had. And we would play that
Mhm.
a lot. And so playing it like last year when I bought that collection, or maybe it was 2 years ago when I bought that PS4 collection Mega Man one, it was cool
Mhm.
that I remembered like you remember the laser level in Mega Man 2
Yeah.
where it makes that noise and they like come from the left and right. You kind of got to memorize it, or
Phew.
you can stop time if you have the time stop thing. But
Yeah.
which I didn't know till adulthood. So as a kid though, I remember going through that over and over again and playing that a lot. So I'm so happy that I was able to go through and beat that one among other games that I grew up playing. But anyways, so yeah, that's how I grew up playing NES and whatever. He introduced me to
Mhm.
video games, and of course I got an NES for that Christmas with Mario, and then took a while to get Crystalis, whatever, for NES
Yeah.
like a year later, and that was an awesome action RPG, which I've since
Mhm.
beat, um, which I don't think I did as a kid, maybe with Game Genie or something, but which he also introduced me to. But anyways, eventually he got like a Sega with like tons of games, Super
Okay.
Nintendo with crazy games, so he just his parents just bought him everything.
Yeah.
So that was my introduction to video games for that. But anyways, so Mega Man X though, we'll get to that and then Civ and then we'll be done. But for the what I've been playing, but
Yeah.
Mega Man X, yeah, I used to rent that all the time because I didn't have many games, but I could rent
Mhm.
games like every weekend, so I'd rent a lot of bad games. Young Merlin, which Mike Matei just played recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, Young Merlin's a weird puzzle game. I don't know, not a puzzle game. You move a character around and shoot stuff and that, but it's kind of puzzly. Like pick up this item, try to drop it randomly in this
Okay.
lake, and something happens and whatever.
It
It
sounds
actually
familiar.
it actually reminds me of the Zelda CDI game, the one where you're actually Zelda.
Hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Most
Adventure,
people
I
most
think it's
people
what it's
wouldn't.
called.
Where you're moving from screen to screen, picking up like a water bottle, drop it in the lake, and whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways, it reminds me of that, but way better. It's actually got great animation and it's kind of cool. But anyways, uh, yeah. So I rented Mega Man X, so it's cool to own it now in a couple different iterations actually, but and actually be able to play through it on PS4. And I'm anxious to get to 2, 3, 4. I never played, but the graphics look cool.
Hmm.
5 I did borrow from somebody way back when on PS1, but that's not on the collection that I have. So,
Yeah.
um, but and I'm sure these 4 will be more than enough Mega Man for me. I don't need the other collection really. So
Yeah. The other collection isn't super worth it.
yeah, I just want 5. And this collection was on sale for 17 bucks Canadian, so that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Um,
That's not bad.
yeah, so I'd actually consider getting the second one. Not right now, but after I finish all these, and if I'm like, you know what, I do want to play 5. If it goes on sale for 20 bucks, maybe someday.
Yeah. I mean,
It
that's
might
not
be
a
worth
bad
it.
price for just 5 on its own.
Yeah, and I'll probably still dabble in 6 or something. 'Cause I don't think 6 is supposed to be horrible, not like 7 and 8. But
Yeah. 7 and 8 are
right,
trash.
so it might be worth it to. I know 5 is decent, I think, and then 6 might be okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
5 and 6 aren't horrible.
right,
They're just different.
yeah, okay, but still side scrolling. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I know this last one was all 3D in some spots and stuff.
Yeah. I want to say, is it 5 and 6 where you can duck? So, like, your sprite's
Mm.
even bigger.
4 sprite ducks too.
Okay.
Because on the credits, when I was saying I was shooting up the credits to get that trophy, you are
Mhm.
a higher, like an awesome looking Mega Man. He's taller, and the
Mm.
blaster looks cool. The explosion, I'm like this must be the PS1 one, and you can duck and shoot, and you have a sword and stuff. It's like, oh, geez.
Yeah.
So that's so 4 must have all those cool, kind of cool features too. So,
Yeah, it's possible. I just know that because I have the collections on
but
my Switch,
yeah,
and the bad thing about it, like, or okay, the good thing about the collection is that, yeah, like you said, there's a bunch of cool like features and stuff.
mhm.
The bad thing about it is that the features are the exact same in both collections. There's
Oh,
no like, I don't know, they're
interesting.
not split in between. There's not extra stuff in one and not in the other. It's just let's go to the vault or something.
Huh.
Okay. Oh, nice. There's these. Oh, wait, I've seen these all.
Yeah,
All these were in the previous version.
gotcha.
Ah, that's weird.
Yeah,
I don't like that.
that's kind of weird. I want to
Yeah.
just do a random. I want to thank Spencer for the follow. Uh,
Oh,
keeping
I
me
didn't
up.
notice.
Yeah, keeping me up to Cheetar's level of followers. I'm getting there. Like last week, I had like 30 more. Now you've surpassed me, but I also
You
don't.
just need to get a capture card and get Mario
I
Maker.
know I could have got that, but I decided to get a vacuum and be an adult.
All right. See, I already have a vacuum.
Right, I was borrowing one for a long time, and now I got my own. So now I'm awesome.
Yeah,
So
my room and I got one like a while ago. We had one and then it broke.
ah,
So
gotcha. Yeah, capture card is definitely a priority for me. Also, a nice mic because they're not even going to be over 100 bucks, so probably 50 bucks for a cool
yeah,
mic.
I mean, I would like a nice mic.
Mm. Like I
Because
want to
like,
see what Steph got. Our friend Steph, for those who don't know, but
yeah,
yeah,
I think I know what she has.
actually she'll probably sell me hers if she's not using it. I'm just kidding.
Hey now,
Yeah, rest in
she's
peace.
not down now yet.
Yeah, well maybe we'll see. I just
Yeah.
like making fun of her, so she's just
Oh
taking
yeah,
some time
definitely.
off.
Yeah, just got
Um,
stuff going
let
on.
me so to finish up. So I also got Civ 6 on Switch last week.
Yes.
And I've been playing that like crazy. And well, mostly in bed. Like when I go to bed, I bring my Switch to bed, play for an hour or something while I
Yeah.
watch a podcast that I missed or whatever on my laptop, and then kind of whenever I feel like I'm going to zonk out, I shut it down, and then when I wake up, I just charge it or whatever. Um, so it used to be that Gems of War game, which I haven't touched now. So this is the replacement for that, a real game, as some would say. Um, so yeah, Civ 6. It was very overwhelming at first. Now I've played Civ 5 on Steam like a lot over the years,
Hmm.
and Civ 6 is completely different. Or I mean, same genre obviously, but it just looks completely different. The way things work, I'm not familiar with. Then I'm also playing it on Switch instead of a computer, so it's got some different control stuff. But once I got over that hurdle, or basically did a couple matches, I never finished. I still haven't finished a match, but um, I'll play for a while, like 10 hours, like over a few days or a couple days or whatever, and then maybe not even, but whatever. Then I'll get to a point where I'm like, oh, I made some mistakes. I'm kind of getting destroyed, or I'd see where I could have done this better, or I didn't pay attention to this, or whatever. I'll restart, try a different leader, learn some more stuff. New map, which is all random. I love changing, like setting all this stuff to random, so it's like crazy. So you never know what you're gonna get. You could just start in the frozen tundra, and it's like, oh shit, it's just I like that, rather than just the same every time where it's
So
trying to
really
put you.
quick,
Mhm.
does the touchscreen work as like a mouse?
Oh yeah, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't use it.
I assumed, but
Yeah, I don't use it because the analog sticks are perfect. They actually work better because you
oh,
can set. I'll just say quick. So the right stick moves the map, like the map around, right?
mhm.
And it's quick and seamless. Like there's barely any frame drops. It's so cool when you have giant cities and millions of units, and it still slides good. So it's fantastic. So you can move it with the right stick. So okay, so first left stick moves your cursor like it's like a board game, right? So you're moving a glowy tile, right, with the left
Mhm.
stick to choose your unit. Well, obviously that would take forever to get from like one side of the map to the other to move your cursor through each hex or whatever. So the right stick moves the camera. What's cool is if you can move the right stick really quick to another part of the map, click it in the R3, and it will move your cursor to there.
Oh, cool.
So what's cool too also is so I can have my cursor in the middle of my base, be like, what the heck is America doing? I'm gonna see what America's doing. Slide, so move the right stick up to the way up north to the map, and as soon as I tap the left stick to move it, it'll jump back to where I was. So it's like I'm so used to jumping around. It's like so quick. Where the touch to keep touching it and moving it, touching it would be too much. Um, like it would take too long to get around with that compared to the
Yeah.
analog sticks, which is crazy to think that they figured that out. So you think mouse and that would be quicker, but I'm sure keyboard shortcuts and all that would still be way quicker. But I don't do any of that anyway. I like playing Civ because I can just use the touchpad on the laptop or whatever. Simple board game, so well, simple in the control anyway.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah. So I started over a few times, and now I'm in another what do you want to call it, session, I guess, where I chose France, and they get extra spies because like the spy stuff is completely redone. So now like the problem I had, and I think a lot of people had, I'm no Civ expert, but I've read a lot and whatever since playing Civ 5. The mid game is kind of slow and annoying because you're just clicking next turn, research this, next turn.
Mhm.
Unless there's a war going on and you're like actively playing Risk, basically moving units and all this stuff, being strategic. But most of the time you're just going next turn, research this and all that. Um, in this game though, for one, you're building your cities, like not just clicking, I want to build these gardens, or I want to build this whatever factory. You're literally choosing the factory, and if I put it next to this river, like you're actually building the city out through hexes instead of just your city being one square or one spot. So that's cool. But also, so the spy thing, you can send spies to people or to yourself or even to specific buildings, like it's what you couldn't do before, and they can get captured, or you have successful missions and it shows the percent of missions and they level up and stuff. And I'm like right into the spy stuff. But what's funny, so I'll just be quick with this, but like I can't even remember what the country was or the leader, but one of my spies got captured. So I'll start off first. He was being a real dick to me. He kept like
Mhm.
pushing against my borders and being like, "You're too close to me," and blah blah. I'm like, "Dude, was here first. I've been here the whole time. You just keep moving closer to me." And he's like, "You need to get out of the way," or whatever. Like whatever. He's just getting really angry. So I started building up some army units because I'm like, he's gonna attack me. Because now they got all these crazy wars. Like you can like have surprise wars or like religion, like holy wars and stuff. Like it gets crazy.
Yeah.
But so I knew the war was coming, all that. So like, and we had a couple minor wars, but then he'd send his units, and I would just destroy them because I had a pretty good army going. I'm pretty good at it. And then he'd be like, "Peace, peace, peace. Please sign the peace treaty," because he's worried that I'm going to send my guys in his place. But I'm like, no, I don't need to take over your place. Anyways, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start sending spies because I want to know. I don't know what this game's capable of. So will it tell me that he's going to do a war or like prepare me, or can I have all my spies in there when he declares war? I can sabotage everything. I don't know, which I do know now. There is some stuff like that, but so I sent a spy over there. The spy, it was like an 80% chance to succeed, and he got captured. And no
Mhm.
matter what, the guy wouldn't freaking give me my spy back. I was like, I'm not giving you everything I have just for my freaking spy. Like, I want him back, but whatever. And again, this wasn't a thing in Civ 5 at all. They just killed the spy and it was done. But
Yeah.
anyways, so he got captured, and so time went on, and then eventually I started getting a lot bigger and stuff. And then again, he declared war on me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna freaking the city's right there that my spy was in, and he's captured, and it's been like decades since he's been in there or whatever, like a long time has passed. I'm gonna
Mhm.
roll over his stuff. Once I take out his attacking units, all my defense guys are gonna move over and take over his whole city. So, and that's his own fault. So it felt so good to like get him back, take over his whole city, defense it up, get my spy back, and then just say, okay, peace now. And he's like, yep, okay. And I asked for like extra money and stuff, and he's like, yep, sure, we'll take it. So it's just you get that kind of revenge thing, like when people piss you off, or try to like be sneaky or haha, surprise war from Gandhi or whatever. It's like, oh fuck you. So like,
Yeah.
it feels really good to like, okay, fine then. I will, I'll do this. I'll change all your religion. Like I'll bring over all my prophets or all my guys, and make all your people worship my religion, which gives me all of these bonuses. So, or just kill them or whatever, depending on how you're playing. But anyways, it gets so deep now. There's so many more units, and like there's medics and stuff. Like you can, it's so much deeper. So I'm having a blast with it. The spy stuff in particular, because I just want to make a million spies. Not that you can, you only have so many, but then you got to level it up. Also, making money is fun in that game, like trade routes and like trying to max your money potential, so that when there is a war, because they're like, haha, you have no units. Well, yeah, I got $1 million in the bank and just buy all my units instead of making them, and then boom, there's all these units down. It's I don't know, it's just really fun. A negative, I'll just say quick, and it doesn't affect me at all, but is there's no online, there's no multiplayer.
Oh.
There's not even hot seat multiplayer, which I thought was supposed to be in there, but whatever. But to be honest,
weird.
I don't finish games anyway because they take forever. I get enough entertainment just starting over. Like if I don't play the game for a few days, I forget where I'm at, and then I'm like, I'll just start a new one and just explore a new world, and it'll be all new stories and all new stuff. Because I hardly ever finished a game on Civ 5 even, and I know I put a couple hundred hours, says Steam. So, so playing a game against a person that's taking normal time to play their turn, it would take forever.
Yeah.
Especially since you can only play it with that person. So it's like, anyways. So anyways, that's my Civ experience. It's been fantastic. I'm really enjoying it. So, perfect Switch game, perfect handheld game because it takes so long to do stuff. I don't have to sit at my computer. I can take it with me. I can play just an hour at night or whatever. Yeah, it's really good. So, sorry if I bored you to death with that.
No, you're good.
Have you ever had any interest in? I think I asked you this last week, but any interest in Civ, or is it anything at all what you'd be interested in?
Probably not.
Yeah. Did you ever like Command and Conquer or any games like that?
I've never played it.
No, or StarCraft, or those kind of games. This reminds me of that a little bit too. I mean, those aren't as deep. Those are just make units, send them out. But
I played StarCraft a tad, but like I don't know, I'm not good at those type of games.
Right. Me neither. I'm terrible, and that's why this game works for me because it's turn-based. It's all board game style. So you can take as long as you want and like plan things out. And like, okay, I can move this unit 2 spaces here, and I love digital board games. So especially if there's a lot of depth, where you can play it for hundreds of hours and never be bored with it. It's cool. So, anyways, so that's what I've been playing. Just a lot of Civ lately. So,
cool.
Spencer loved old school Command & Conquer. I still have Command & Conquer Red Alert Retaliation on PS1. I can see it right now on my shelf. Can't play it, but I played it a lot on PS1. So,
yeah.
But anyways, cool. We can move on to some new stuff if you want.
New news?
Yeah, new news. I'm stealing that from Barrett Courtney. I shouldn't do that.
Shouldn't.
I shouldn't. Okay, so there's obviously one big story. It's even in the headline of the podcast here. And I don't even know if we'll have that much to say about it, but I think it's... Well, let's talk about... Okay, I want to mention one thing first. Just a minor thing that I think is really cool. We already kind of... Maybe... Did we talk about it? No, maybe not. Maybe it was on your stream. The NES app or whatever, right? The Nintendo Online app is getting an update. Man, I wish I got a list of the 2 games, but you probably remember. Wrecking Crew?
Wrecking Crew and Donkey Kong
3. Yep, Donkey Kong 3. I keep wanting to say Donkey Kong Country, but that is not
true. I almost said it too.
So yeah, they're getting added this month. Kind of lame. I'm sure those games have their fans. I've seen Donkey Kong 3 played before, and it looks alright, but it's like, those aren't very meaty games. I just wish there was... Just put Final Fantasy on there. I just played and streamed it recently, the entire thing, but I'd go through it again. But the main update thing that I think is really big is it's getting a rewind feature. And they showed it in the video that I saw, and I don't know what button you press, probably L2, or what is it, Z2, or whatever the back ones. What are they called on Switch? Z2, R2, L2?
ZR, ZL.
ZR, ZL, yeah. I'm guessing it's those because you don't use those anyway for um, NES games, but who knows? But yeah, it looks like it just rewinds and then a little thing comes up at the bottom. You choose how many seconds you want to go back, and it jumps you right to it.
Yeah.
And that's really cool because a lot of those NES games I have on there, I think they're really hard to play these days, especially with um, just the way things are today. You just don't have a lot of time to spend on an NES game. Or back in the day, that's all you
Yeah.
had to play for a year. So
Yeah. I don't know. The issue is that we don't know if that's going to work with the online multiplayer or not.
yeah, for our River City Ransom sessions.
Yeah. Our one session that will never happen again.
Yeah, probably till
Well,
River City Girls.
yeah, we'll play that instead.
Yeah.
And yet again, I think I might be getting that for PS4. We'll see.
Yeah, probably same here, honestly, for trophies.
Yeah.
And because I'm a loser and love my trophies.
Maybe I could use a fight stick. I wonder if it supports
Oh
it.
God, that'd be funny.
I mean, it's an arcade fighter.
Right?
Arcade.
It probably only has a couple buttons, so I don't know how many
Yeah.
buttons are on a fight stick, but probably enough to play that. So maybe.
Oh, fight stick has all the buttons.
Oh, okay. All of them,
Just on
even
the
L and
face.
R and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. So as long as you don't need the touchpad or nothing on your PS4.
No, we're not.
But yeah. But for games like I mentioned, like Zelda 2, I've never beat
Mhm.
it before. It's a game, and I pride myself on at least playing like almost every NES game and SNES game, and I want to try them all. I do like
Mhm.
finishing those games, especially classics like that. Like Blaster Master, I used to beat back in the day. Zelda 1 I did, but I think that was with my buddy Randy. He might have played more than me with that one because I was never a big Zelda guy. But Zelda 2,
Mhm.
I like the way the I like how the battles work. I like the graphics. I like the music a lot. I like the leveling up and stuff, puzzles and all that. But it's a very brutal game, and I don't know if I want to learn it. Like dying over and over and then starting over because you have to kind of start at the beginning area and go all the way back to where you were at.
Mhm.
But with Rewind, I think that would really help to because you can learn through a game so much faster with that. You
Mhm.
die, rewind, try it again. Oh, this is how you do it. Keep rewinding it. And it's almost like Meat Boy or Celeste or something. Imagine
Yeah.
if Celeste you had to start over the beginning of a level or something and do it all over again.
Ugh.
Right? So that's what this kind of gets rid of. So even Metroid I'd love to beat because I love Super Metroid. The original Metroid I borrowed way back when, of course, when I was a kid or whatever, and played it. Didn't really get into it, but I love those games. It just I don't have time to learn where to go and what to do.
Mhm.
But anyway, so the rewind feature that's big for me. So and it sounds like Spencer's kind of excited about it too
Yeah.
in the chat there. So okay, so the real big news, I'm sure you saw it today, the Switch.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I have an article I'm just gonna read, just like old times when we used to do a lot of news on here.
Oh
Um,
man.
I have a Wired.com article from Jeffrey Van Camp. Um, oh, and I want to say first, um, isn't it cool that Switch is finally going mobile? You can finally like take it wherever you want.
I mean, sure.
um,
Quote
yeah,
unquote better battery life.
yeah, I guess. I mean, that's weird. Okay, we'll get to that. I haven't read this article, so I'll just read a little bit because there is some interesting details in here that weren't in some of the other articles I was looking at.
Uh-huh.
So this is written by Jeffrey Van Camp. Is Nintendo's new Switch Lite really a Switch? I'll just say no, not really.
No.
In name anyway. So okay, I'm kind of maybe I'll skim through a little bit, but yeah, it's $200 for a new Switch Lite, which is kind of crazy because like I'm Canadian, so all the prices are. I mean, our minimum wage is different, and everything, so I'm sure it all balances out. But our prices are always
Mhm.
a lot more than U.S. prices. So when they say a game
Yeah.
is $59.99, it's $79.99. The Switch was always $299 here, I believe.
Mhm.
But I got mine. I don't know how. I just got it in December, maybe January, and I went to Walmart to pick up my Switch. I've been saving up for it for a few months or whatever, and a few $100 here, $100 there. And yeah, you were kind of there through all that. And
Yeah.
I went to go get one at Walmart, and they're like, "You're in luck. We got one left." I'm like, "Oh, gee, yeah." So it was near Christmas. It was like December, whatever. And they're like, "We got one left." And I was like, "Ah, it's the colored one, the red, blue one, whatever. I wanted the gray one, but it's fine." I'm like, "I'll take it." And he's like, "Oh," and it rang through for 249. And he's like, "Oh,
Hmm.
that's weird." And he's like, "Oh, but that's what it's listed as." I'm like, "Okay." So I already got a good
Interesting.
discount on my Switch because I bet you any money this is $200 US for this Switch Lite. So it's going to be
Yeah.
250 Canadian. So I got a pretty good deal
Yeah.
considering mine's got more features and obviously can hook to my TV and it's got the dock and all that. So rumble and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's pretty good. So I still feel good about my Switch purchase.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think I would like just having a handheld only.
right. I have one thing that I want to say that I really like. That I do want to get one, but I probably won't because I already got a Switch, so whatever. But so yeah,
Mhm.
So Nintendo's long rumored smaller, cheaper version of its popular Switch was officially announced today. But should this new device named Switch Lite really be called a Switch? The Lite is more portable. It's about a half inch shorter, an inch wider, so it's not that much smaller. I thought it was going to be pretty small.
Yeah.
It's just a little shorter, but it's wider, so that's cool.
Hmm.
Has a smaller screen that measures 5.5 inches. Now I'd like to know what this one is because I don't know. Is it 6 or is it like that big of a difference?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it didn't look that different when I saw the trailer, which was really cheesy, but it was fine.
Yeah.
Um, Nintendo says the battery should last about an hour longer, between 4 and 7 hours, which is not whatever. What
Yeah.
the heck?
It's
What
not
game's gonna last
great.
7 hours? But
Probably like Crypt of the Necrodancer or
right,
something like.
that's true. Um, Up from a maximum of 6 on the bigger Switch. Also, the Switch Lite will cost $200, which is $100 cheaper than the standard. That seems crazy because again, it was $299 normal price here in Canada. So I don't think it was three something, but I don't
Hmm.
know. Um,
Yeah, it was $300 here, I believe. Wait, was it?
then
Yeah,
then it's so it was on maybe it was on sale for $299, and then somehow I got $50 off. I don't know.
maybe. Yeah, because it's normally on.
That's
Yeah, it's
crazy.
normally 300 here.
Oh, maybe it was a Christmas thing or something. They were like, "Hey, $50
Maybe.
off," but then it was $100 off for me.
Yeah. All right.
Spencer in the chat is getting one for his fiance. I think it will make for a nice second Switch in the household. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Man, I wish I had a fiance just so I could play like Switch with somebody, like in the same room. I keep telling my
Yes.
buddy like you got to get Switch Lite, and he's like, no, I'll break it because he plays Smash like really hardcore. No, he doesn't. I
Yeah.
mean, he's hardly ever played Smash, but he comes over to my house, uses half the Joy-Con, and we just play Smash. But he
Mm-hmm.
goes hard on that thing. It's
Oh
like, oh
boy.
god, not that crazy, but he was
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I'd probably break the damn thing. I'd rather just break half a Joy-Con than an actual Switch Lite. Anyways, but anyway, so that's about it. There's a few other deep technical things.
I mean, there's a D-pad.
That's the thing I was going to get to. The one thing that makes me really want to get one, it has a beautiful, normal looking D-pad. And that makes me think like, oh my god, if I bought that, like if I could somehow trade in this Switch and get that Switch, even if I pay $100 or something, um, man, just to have a D-pad, I would buy so many more games on Nintendo's console than Sony. Because that
Mm.
PS4 controller I love for that D-pad. Like playing Mega Man felt great. I had no problem with the button placement or nothing. Everything's perfect. But the Switch, retro games, I have to use the analog stick. The NES games, I gotta use the analog stick. It just doesn't feel right. I can't slide my fingers around on those damn buttons for that D-pad.
Yeah.
That's my big gripe. Besides that, the analog sticks are also not in the right spot for me. I get cramped. It doesn't feel right for me.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I've never had the Xbox stuff, so I'm not accustomed to that at all. So this was
Mm-hmm.
my first time having inverted sticks, so it feels weird.
Hmm.
But anyways, yeah. What do you think of the whole Switch Lite thing? And obviously it's not a surprise, but what do you think?
Um, I'm surprised that's coming out this year.
Really? Even with
Kind
Pokemon?
of.
Because they're aiming at the kids, right?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. It kind of goes against what Nintendo said earlier this year, where they're
Yep.
like,
Yep.
"Hey, we don't have any plans."
Yep.
Just kidding.
We have a full commercial. We have obviously models already made and everything. Like it's like whoa, it's not like a spur of the moment thing. It's not like a
Yeah,
tweet saying, "Hey, we're working on it." Oh,
because I
I
feel
did
like there are people who bought a regular Switch not thinking about like,
like
okay,
me.
well they said they're not gonna do it right now. They might do it next year, but not right now. So I'll get one,
Like
and
I would have bought
then
this one for sure if it was out or whatever, or if it was close to coming out from when I wanted the Switch. I mean, I'm glad I got the Switch, for a bunch of reasons, but because obviously I've had it for a year or whatever, or I will be by the
mm,
time this comes out. But I didn't mention the release date, so I'm scrolling through. You said September.
mm-hmm.
You don't happen to have the date on you? I'm sure I'll scroll through and see it, but I don't see it on this article. I think
See
it's
the 20th.
maybe I don't see anything on here. I'm just going
The
through it on my
Brian
phone.
Altano tweet I'm looking at.
Okay, Pokemon. Oh, here we go. September 20th. Yep, because Pokemon Sword and Shield comes out on November 8th, so that's like perfect. Like
Yeah.
yeah, like a month later, and then some. So yeah,
Couple months.
yeah,
There's an October in between.
yeah. So it's like a month. I mean, like a month and a week or whatever. A month
Yeah,
and two
yeah,
weeks. A month and 2 weeks. Yeah.
yeah.
But anyways, that's perfect, and it makes there's gonna be a bundle. So
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they'd be smart to do that. I'm just surprised. I mean, whatever. It's not that big of a surprise, I guess. But why didn't they do this at E3? It wasn't that long ago, right? Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago? E3, 3 weeks ago?
If they did it at E3, then no one would buy Switches in the summer for Mario
Ah,
Maker.
that's just gross, though. Don't tell me
Yep,
that. You're right,
but
though.
it's true.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right. See, yeah, I'm gonna rely on you for all the gross thinking. That's awful. But you're right. It's
yeah,
business, right?
yeah. Sadly,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know. Any more thoughts on the Switch Lite thing? I think it's pretty cool for kids. Kids are gonna get it, and that's cool.
yeah, it's cool. It's just I don't know how people can transfer their stuff because it'd be cool to
Cloud
have.
saves. They got cloud saves now for some games.
You do have cloud saves, but yeah, for some games, but
Yeah,
like for the games that matter, you can't.
right.
So like if you wanted a Switch on the go, essentially, like a Switch that was
Uh,
like stay in town, and then like your
hmm.
Switch Lite would be the one that you would take on like trips.
How many families are gonna do that? Like not families, but like how many people are gonna do that that own two?
How
But
I
I get
feel
you.
like
I totally get you. But yeah,
I don't know, everyone I'm seeing on Twitter are like, I want it. I want it as a second Switch.
right.
So
Yeah, I think it's mostly geared towards kids because it looks durable. Um,
yeah.
Obviously
Oh,
Pokemon and
definitely.
stuff. And I think that's their main audience. That's probably who they'll cater to. Oh yeah, and it comes in what was it, gray, yellow, and turquoise. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like any of the colors. They're kind of not Nintendo colors. Like I mean, yellow, yeah. I'm thinking of
Mhm.
like Game Boy Color days. I had a teal one, so that's kind of turquoise, I guess. But
I mean, yeah, Game Boy Color, there was every color
but
though,
they
I
were
feel.
bright. These ones don't look bright to me. Maybe the yellow, but I don't know. Like for instance, my Joy Cons are hella bright.
Yeah.
The blue and the pink, purple, or pink red, or whatever that is.
Yep.
Um, you'd think they'd have the switches in those colors plus two extras or something, like
Hmm.
yellow and whatever and gray or something. But just gray, yellow, turquoise. Where's the red? Purple. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sky blue or white or something. I don't know. Although white would be a little get dirty quick, but just some interesting ones. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm curious as to retailers having to sell these kind of things. It's the new 3DS all over again
Yeah,
because in
yeah,
the sense of they made an effort on the commercial thing to say like look at the back of the box, it'll show if it's handheld only or not
right.
because you can't play 1-2 switch. I mean you can, but you need extra Joy-Cons
Yeah,
because
and
those
there's
don't
no rumble or
attach.
nothing either. So
Yeah, so like who's going to get tricked?
yeah, a lot of people. It's called the Switch. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh man, it is weird. You'd think they would have called it like Switch Go or something. Maybe that would help. Yeah.
Just having the name Switch in it, I feel like
No,
it
I
was
know,
really
but I
good
mean
for.
better than Lite because you think it's just a lighter version of the same system or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's called Switch Lite because this is a handheld version.
No, I know, but
Because
I'm
like the
thinking
DS
general
Lite.
public, especially parents buying it for kids. It's like, oh, it's Switch Lite. It's just the new lighter one or whatever. If it's
Mhm.
called Go, I mean, at least that might, and it's also a popular thing. They're doing everything with Go now, but that would make sense.
Yeah.
It's like just for you're going, take it with you. It's just mobile, like a handheld.
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm just surprised it's not called Go.
Yeah.
Like I would have bet on that. So, um, but anyways, we can move on. Do you have a topic to bring up for discussion, perhaps, before we get to the fun times?
No, I don't.
You don't have any? And we can just do the fun time trivia.
Let me see.
Although I'm not prepared to keep score. I guess I should be keeping score. Let me get a piece of paper here.
I have a quote unquote fun time thing, but
Go
we
for
might
it.
just save it for next time.
Just do it. We'll just make it
Nah,
quick. We'll open with it.
nah,
Maybe you'll give me time to think about it.
nah.
No, okay, that's fine.
It's not good.
No problem. I'm looking forward to this anyway.
Yeah,
This is gonna be fun. I bet you're looking forward to this.
I'm scared.
Okay, so last week, you started this, so don't be scared. Last week, Cheetar brought up an idea to play a game where it's like guess the release date, I guess we'll call it. He listed off. I don't know if he did 10. I think I have 10.
I think I did 5.
Yeah, it was shorter, but this one's 10, so this is good. We'll get some good time in here for this. He listed off 10 video games, and I had to guess the release date to the best of my ability for
Yeah.
each one. And that's without me and Cheetah know each other, but not that well. We're kind of learning about each other through the show, where our gaming history is and all that kind of stuff. So I threw some curveballs in here for you just to guess because it'd be fun and because you're going to be way off. But you did kind of the same to me because, man, that Persona 1, that was weird.
Yeah, Persona 3.
Yeah, because Persona 4, I don't remember the year now, but let's say it was 2006 or whatever. Um, and I was like, and then you were like Persona 3. I'm like, well, it had to be like 4 years before because of development, blah, blah, blah. It was the freaking year before.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Ridiculous.
Yeah. And like some
Cranking
Game
them
Boy.
out.
Oh, I didn't look up any mobile game. Or yes, I did. Never mind. I guess I kind of not mobile, handheld stuff. But and I got some curveballs in here too. So anyways, so it's my turn to
Oh, man, I'm scared.
list some games.
I'm so scared.
Basically, the way we're doing it is, yeah, I'll list a game. You'll guess the date. I'll write it down, and then we're gonna go through them all, and we're gonna see which ones are he's furthest away from. I'll give him another chance if I feel like it. I'll give him another chance with a couple maybe, and then we're gonna tally them up and see if he got any right or how close he is. So, but don't worry. So we're gonna start easy.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta write these down again.
This is just release years.
Yep, just the year. I didn't even write I was gonna write down the months and stuff, but then I didn't have room on the paper. I'm like, screw it.
Yeah.
We just need the dates. So.
Well, because I only gave you years last time.
Yeah. So hold on, I gotta write these down again. Okay. But that's not the first one I'm gonna do. Whoops. Okay, we're gonna start easy. We're gonna start with this one. So I'll give you time to think. It's this is an easy one.
Okay.
God of War on PS4.
God of War for PS4?
Yep.
That was last year.
Which would be 2018. All right.
2018,
All right.
yeah.
Easy. Look at that.
It was like
Next.
Was it March or February?
Oh, it was early in the year. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to see because maybe you'd be like holiday game for 2017. You never know. And I wanted to start easy. So all right.
Yeah,
We're gonna get harder as we go along.
When it came out. So.
All right. Dying Light. So again, we're going kind of easy ones, kind of recent.
Dying Light. Let's see. 20. Obviously 20 something.
Yeah, I'll give you that hint for a lot of them.
Yeah.
1900s.
1885. I want to say 2016.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Which one should I do next? I don't want to go too hard. Okay, here we go. The original Dead Space.
Dead Space. Okay, let's see. So the PS3 came out in like 2006, 2007. So maybe. I want to say original Dead Space. Let's say 2008.
Okay. That's your final answer?
Sure.
All right. What are we doing next? Let's throw a curveball in here. All right. Duke Nukem 3D.
3D.
Yeah, I like the PC one, yeah, from, the 1900s. I used to own this game.
3D. I don't PC.
No, I know. Yeah, that's why I thought. I want to see how close you can get, I guess, and kind of figuring it out. Oh, nice, Spencer. That's funny. God of War released, I guess, April 20th, 4/20. He remembers because of that.
Nice. Makes sense.
So this is one of the hardest ones, by the way. So don't worry.
It's what?
It's one of the hardest ones I got for you. So don't worry.
Okay.
They're not all gonna be like this. There are some other older ones, but not that bad.
Duke Nukem 3D. Let's say 97.
Final answer?
Sure.
Okay. All right. What do we have left? Oh, here we go. How about maybe an easy one? Probably. Kingdom Hearts: Birth by Sleep.
Birth by Sleep. Okay. Okay. So I have to go. I have to think now.
Yeah, that's what I had to do too.
So Kingdom Hearts came out in the year 2002.
Okay. If you say so.
Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in 2004. 2000. Wait. No. Kingdom Hearts came out in like 2005. Kingdom Hearts 2 came out in like 2005.
And don't worry, for folks, there's no Googling.
Let's say 2000.
We're very honorable. Well, you're correct so far.
I'm correct so far in what?
2000 and something.
Of course.
I know.
2010. This is American, right?
Yeah, I for a lot of them I did type that in, so I hope I'm correct with that. But yeah.
Okay.
2010, you said? That's your final answer?
Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, so Dream Drop Distance came out in 2012, which would mean that Recoded was the one before that, which would have come out probably 2010. Crap. So it's probably 2008.
Is that your final answer?
2008, yeah.
2008. All right.
Man,
what else we got here?
it's probably like 2009. I'm pretty sure Final Mix or something for Birth by Sleep came out in like 2012.
Okay. If you say so. I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy. I don't know. I'm glad you didn't ask me to list Kingdom Hearts release dates last time.
Oh man, now I'm going to.
No, don't. I don't even. I would have no idea. I mean, I guess I'd have to do some figuring out, but yeah. All right. Let's mix it up with an oldie. When did the original Nintendo Entertainment System launch?
80.
I'll give you a clue. I wouldn't have got it. It's not quite what I expected, but maybe that won't be a clue. Maybe it'll hurt you. I don't know. But anyways.
I think it's 87.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What else we got? What about Final Fantasy X-2?
10-2. Let's see.
I was originally gonna do 10, but I'm like, nah. I gotta do 10-2.
10-2 is probably like, let's say 2003.
All right. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. We got a couple left here. What about Earthbound? Super Nintendo.
Oh crap. I really don't know. I only played that one like in the past.
I'll tell you it's the 90s.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Because the Super Nintendo came out in 91.
I'll tell you it's not 1990 and it's not 1999.
Yeah.
I can keep going, maybe, but I don't know if that's.
keep knocking out years until.
Just from the ends until I get to like just two answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a lifeline or something.
Right. Oh, that would be funny if you could like. Oh, how would that work though?
Phone a friend.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it wouldn't work to forfeit a point, but like something like you get or I don't know. Like next week you get 5 extra hard questions or something. It's like like Atari release dates or something. if you get one big hint or something, you know.
I'd just be like, they're all 82.
Right. That would actually be really funny. Oh man, I'm gonna do that someday. When we've forgotten about this conversation, they'll all be the same date. You somehow get them all wrong.
Okay, so Earthbound came out in, let's say, 94.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay. We got, 2 left, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, I'm doing this kind of unorthodox, but I like to pick and choose and kind of have a theme going. So let's do a more recent one before we finish it up with one more. So there's 2 more. The very first BioShock.
BioShock.
When did that release?
See, I was in high school. It's probably 2007.
7. All right. Is that your definite final answer?
I, yes.
All right. Last one. When did Princess Tomato release
Oh crap! I knew it.
for the NES?
I should have looked this one up before.
I'm glad you didn't. It's just for clarification. That's Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom.
That's true.
I'll say I was surprised at this one too. I'll say because I know it's a hard one. I'll say it was a little older than I expected.
A little older.
Yeah,
Okay.
but maybe I'm just crazy, but it's just
89.
okay. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
All right. I'll say right off the bat, you kind of knocked it out of the park for a lot of these. Like you did really good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, like better than I did, I think. So you got God of War, right? I wanted to start, we'll see. Dying Light. You said 2016. Oh, let me go through the ones that you honestly weren't far off on a lot of them, so I don't even know if I'm gonna. Well, I should give you another chance, at least one. Maybe the NES was the. Oh no, Princess Tomato probably was the farthest off.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Well, you just give me 2 hints there.
Yep, I'm gonna say the NES one and the Princess Tomato one were far. Well, sorry, NES one's off, but not by a lot. And I'm gonna say the Princess Tomato one was off by a good amount. So you said for NES 1987. So I'll say you're off a bit. Okay. Like more than the other ones though, I think. So yeah. I'll say most of them you got like either nailed it or you were like 1 year off.
Really?
Yeah. You did really
Interesting.
good. Yeah. Oh, there's a funny one too we'll get to. But yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so the NES you said 1987. I'll just say yeah, you're off by a bit, like a little bit. But
okay,
still more than 1 year off.
So I can guess this again?
Yep, and then I'll give you the Princess Tomato one too. But yeah. So NES just, we'll go for it.
You said by a bit.
Yeah. But more than the other ones. Again, besides Princess Tomato.
84.
All right. And then Princess Tomato, you said 1989. I'll say you're off by more than a couple years.
85.
Okay. I honestly didn't look to see if I don't remember what they were now. So okay, but I'll go through the list. All right. So Dying Light is what we're gonna get to. You said 2016. Dying Light was 2015.
I knew it.
Oh, you did? Did you?
Like as soon as I said final answer and we got to the other ones, I'm like,
that's funny. Cool. Don't worry, you did awesome on this. So, okay, Dead Space. You said 2008. It's 2008.
Okay.
Duke Nukem 3D. You were real close. You did good on that one. I thought that'd be a really tough one. Again, PC game. You said 1997. It's actually 96.
Okay.
So that's not bad.
Well, it had 3D in the title, and like I knew it was PC, and it had to be past Windows 95.
Good call. Yeah, true. I'm going to save the best for last, so I'm going to skip that one. Okay. NES, you originally said 1987. And then you said 1984. It's actually 1985.
It was actually 85?
So you were right around there, yeah.
Okay.
So you were two years off, and then at the end you were 1 year off with your second guess, so still pretty good.
For some reason, I always said it was 85, and I was like, wait, no, it's not.
Yeah.
For some reason. Okay.
Yep.
Maybe I'm thinking of Japanese.
Yeah. And you know what? I gotta check something, because I might have made a mistake. Which doesn't matter, because it's not going to change your answer, so hold on. I'm going to make sure I get this right. Oh, wait, that's weird. Oh, no. Hold on. Now I'm confused. Just a minor thing, but hold on.
Wait, hold up.
What, the NES thing?
Yeah, I'm just looking it up right now. Yeah, 85. Wow, they're 2 years apart. Famicom came out in 83.
Okay. Well, there's something weird going on here, because, hold on. Okay, so it's definitely 1985 for NES, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what the heck?
86 for Europe.
Yeah.
For some of Europe.
Whoa, how does that make sense then? Hold on.
What'd you do?
Well, no, I'm not going to say it yet. So I want to get the answer, because it's not going to change the game, or your answers are still going to be right or wrong properly. I just want to make sure I get it right. I'm trying to find the release date for a certain game on here.
Princess Tomato?
Maybe. Yeah, because maybe you can find a better answer. Yeah, it is. Because this says, and I've looked everywhere, and I keep seeing. I figured maybe it was a PC game too, but I did already search up for NES. I might have to go dig deeper though. But yeah, it said 84 for Princess Tomato. That doesn't make sense since the NES came out.
84 for computers.
I know, but I was looking up specific NES dates, but now I got to dig deeper.
NES, it says Japan in 88 and 91 in America.
There you go. February 8th, 91. Yeah, okay. So never mind.
Yeah, you lied to me.
You know, like I said, it's not going to change the rules. I just didn't know.
Okay.
That's what Google told me, and all the other ones were I double checked them right. Not when I'm like, couldn't find much information.
Princess Tomato was on the Wii Virtual Console.
Yeah, I think I have it on mine. I think I might have it on mine.
Of course.
So, so that one was a bit misleading because I did say it was older than I thought. So that might.
Did.
So but you were closer. Like you said 89 at first, and then 85 because I was misleading you. So yeah, so it was close.
Yeah, it was close.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to change the game much. It's just you still answered your way. So Anyways, all right. So we're on to FF10-2.
Okay.
You said 2003.
Yes.
It was 2003.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're 3 for 6 so far, so you're doing excellent. And they were all like 1 year off or whatever, so which I kind of count. It's pretty close.
Yeah.
Earthbound. This one surprised me. You said 1994.
Uh-huh.
It was 1994.
Oh.
Good job.
Okay.
Sorry.
Misleading.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying.
This surprised me. It's actually 1999.
Yeah. This one surprised me too. The second last one, besides Princess Tomato, but whatever. BioShock. 2007? Yep. It is indeed 2007. Knocked it out of the park.
It's probably stuck in my head. Well, because I listened to Colin Moriarty's thing about it.
I wasn't sure how big of a BioShock fan you were. I wouldn't have been good at that one because I didn't really play that one much. The second one I played on PS Plus, and that was it. And
BioShock, the first game, is excellent.
Cool. Yeah, I always hear that. I just don't know if it's for me, like the first-person horror kind of stuff. It's just
the story's very, very good.
Cool. I can't remember. I think Steph went through it on stream, but I don't even know if I paid attention. She went through the third one.
Oh, Infinite.
Yeah, she went through that.
I've never completed that one.
No. She went through all of that. She has the platinum too, so it's one of her favorite games actually.
Oh yeah, best game. Right. Spencer said best game. He loves BioShock.
Yeah? Yeah, I missed out on that.
His favorite.
It's sad. I know it's sad to fans, but I only played the second one and I really liked it. The second BioShock, so just a free PS Plus thing, but I liked the progression, the RPG kind of stuff.
I didn't like BioShock 2 at all.
No, I know most people didn't.
Yeah.
And then so do you know which one I've left out?
No.
Okay. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Oh. What'd I do?
This is so funny. So, okay, so you said 2008.
Okay.
But originally, you said 2010.
And that was correct.
Yeah. And then you debated about it for a while, and then you're like, 2007, I think you said. And then you're like, 2008, definitely 2008. Like, okay, scratched out 2010, I wrote 2008. This one's going to be fun. So you did excellent, though, really. Even
the thing that confused me is that
you overthought it, I think, because you started thinking of like other side projects and stuff, and like.
Well, yeah, because the one after it, or there are a couple after it,
right?
And I'm shocked that such a big title, which Dream Drop Distance was, came out so soon, 2 years later.
Right.
That's why I was so confused.
Right. I just thought that was funny. I'm like, because when I wrote 2010, I'm like, man, he's got 3 in a row here. He's doing really good. No, wait, 2008. Like, oh, thank God. He's not going to nail every single one.
I'm going to look this up. Birth by Sleep.
Yeah.
2010 video game. Ugh.
Yeah.
Final Mix with 2011. Even when I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
So.
I was like, no, man. 2012 was the Final Mix. No.
That was fun. So you basically got, I'm just going to say out of 9, because Princess Tomato, whatever, I'm not going to count it.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. I think you got 5 out of 9. Well,
okay.
But you were almost all of them were only 1 year off, or the Kingdom Hearts thing, you had it and then lost it. So you almost nailed all of them. All of them you were in the ballpark, but you got more than you didn't. So
cool.
So yeah, good job. The pressure's on for me now. Jeez.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to know my stuff.
All the Kingdom Hearts questions.
No. Just Man, I got to do research now. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do any research. It's more fun if because I'm thinking like, oh, like Chrono Trigger, I want to look up, and Secret of Mana. I'm like, nope, not even gonna. It's more fun when you
We
just
can play nicknames.
right. Oh,
Oh
with Kingdom
man.
Hearts characters? Oh God,
Yeah.
I get Larkscene. That's the only one.
It's the only one you like.
Axel, he's cool, and they
You
never
got
gave him a cool
memorized.
shirt. They just put him in a trench coat for the whole thing. Oh, stupid. Well, Larkscene too, for that matter. I just want to see her in like her regular everyday clothes.
She doesn't have any.
Oh, jeez, she needs to get some. She
No.
needs a game all to herself. She's the hero that nobody wants but me.
She might be in the DLC.
Really?
Probably.
Can we get Steph to play it? Like on stream?
Assuming she'll buy it, so yes, so yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be cool.
But the DLC isn't coming out until like December.
Good, because then she'll have plenty of time to not stream before she gets ready to stream again.
Exactly.
Perfect. But yeah, so I think that's it for the show today. Well, emails. I'd like to get into emails, but we don't have any emails. I mean, I didn't check today, but this would be the section that we actually probably read them at the top of the show, to be honest.
Depend on what it is.
True. If it's related to the news stories or something.
Yeah, if it's related, I would put it with the topics. But then if it's not, maybe put them at the end too. I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely want to shout it out at the beginning and say, hey, write us emails. If you write it in live during the show, at news stuff we missed or something, we'll read it out. I'll get a ding on my phone. I'll hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so write in Z as in Z, ZCPodcast1 as in just the number 1 at gmail.com. It should be up on the screen. And just write about anything. Just send us an email. If any news stories jumped out to you, or I'd like to know if anybody else is guessing along with the release dates, and if they got any right or whatever. This is pretty. I think this would be a fun ongoing tradition. Plus, it's good knowledge. Good stuff to learn. So, and where our dark spots are for what we don't know. Yeah,
it's definitely interesting. Like even when I don't necessarily play a game, I'm just like, oh, I think it's around here.
Right.
Oh, cool.
But you got to like base it around what else came out that year. Like for me, when I was thinking of Final Fantasy X, I was like, no, that's like the first PS2 game. That might be a little easier to be like 2002 or whatever. Or it might be 2001. But so I did look that up, and I'm like, no, do the sequel that nobody talks about hardly, because that'd be like a year or two later. So it's kind of fun to kind of figure it out,
When I was younger, I played more of 10-2 than actual 10.
Really?
Because I didn't own either of them.
Oh, okay.
I had a neighbor who owned 10. I borrowed it for a little bit. But then I had a friend who I went to their house a lot, and he would just play 10-2 a lot.
That's cool. Spencer says he loves that release day game.
All right.
I think that could be a really cool ongoing thing that could always be part of our show,
Yeah.
We could always change it up too, because we could always. I've heard other podcasts do like, and I don't like this as much, but it could work. They do like a trivia, like 5 questions, and they just say video game characters. But it's less fun, especially with sequels and stuff. It's kind of hard to do, but and they were all retro inspired, so some of them would be easy to me. Be like Fox McCloud. I'm like, oh, Star Fox. Actually, it was Slippy Toad that they said, and they didn't get it. And I was like, oh, come on,
really?
Freaking Star Fox, yeah. And they do a retro podcast. So I was like, oh my god, come on. Yeah. Anyways, and they mentioned a few other names of like bosses and things that were like, oh, that's like a Double Dragon boss, and someone got it, and I was like, oh, I wouldn't have got that. It wasn't a Bobo or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But that one's fun. I don't think it's as fun as I like this game we have going right now, because there's so many games, let alone indie games and stuff. So
yeah.
I actually thought about putting like Fat Princess on the list, but then I thought, I don't know how obscure that is for you.
Fat Princess, that came out on PSP.
I didn't play it on PSP. I didn't know there was a PSP one.
Oh, did it come out on PS3 first?
I only know it on PS3 besides the one they put on PS4, the weird one, the Diablo sequel.
For some reason, I thought it came out on PSP first.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it launched on PS3, because I was pretty up on what's coming out at the time, and I remember buying it day one and playing it like a lot. That game was amazing.
Well, it's probably like 2008.
Probably. I didn't actually look it up, but I thought that might be a little too obscure. We'll have to get there eventually and see if we can talk about some more. Like Scott Pilgrim would have been a good one, but now we probably.
Scott Pilgrim, that would have been.
Maybe you can do that for me next week, because I have no idea. Or not next week, but you know what I mean. Because I don't know. I'd have to guess 2009. No, 2011. Actually, let's look it up. Okay, I'm gonna say 2011. What do you say?
It has to be 2008.
Oh, geez, maybe I'm way off.
Or 2008.
I'm going with you then. I'm probably way off. Okay.
Or 2009.
Or
Because the movie came out in like 2007, right?
oh, I don't know.
Or 2008? Because it was a Summer of Arcade thing. Like it was one of the first Summer of Arcades.
Okay, we're both close. So what did you say? 2009?
I said 2008.
2008. I'm closer, but it says 2010. August.
Really?
August 2010.
When did the movie come out?
I have no idea. And this is it. Yeah, this is the only. It says North America release, PAL release on this. Yeah,
The
2010.
movie came out in 2010.
So it went along with the movie, I guess.
Yeah. I think it came out before the movie.
I'm just going by the Google thing. Yeah. Platforms: PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 release. North America.
Was 28.
What was that?
Spencer's saying that Scott
Oh, the
Pilgrim came
movie
out in
was
2008.
The movie was 2008. Well, so I guess the
Wait.
game came out a couple years after.
Hold up. No, the Scott Pilgrim came out in 2010. According to this.
The movie?
Yeah.
So it makes sense. It came out a long time. Yeah, Spencer's oh snap. Maybe it was 2010. Yeah. Yeah, so it came out alongside the movie, or roughly.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was a Summer of Arcade thing, so it came out in August.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing it a lot.
2010, yeah.
Like 2010.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be that long ago. Like it wasn't a decade ago.
Realize...
2008 would have been over a decade ago, and I remember writing about it on my blog and everything too. That game freaking was amazing.
I didn't realize I was already out of high school by that point.
Right. Time flies, I guess. But yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Hmm.
I think this was a good show.
Yeah.
Spencer, thanks for coming along with us too. That was cool.
Yeah, he's on delay, so he might not hear you immediately.
Yep. No, it's cool. As long as he hears it eventually.
Exactly.
Yeah. And thanks, Cheetar, for always hanging out and being awesome.
Yeah, I'm happy that one of the people from the raid showed up. Granted, you might have been raided into it.
What do you mean?
So like, because I raided into your stream. I think you were still technically in the chat when I raided, so maybe you raided yourself.
Oh, true. That's true. I think I left before you. Well, it may have counted me still though. I think I left before you did it, but still.
I don't know, rating's weird.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just keep shouting up the podcast. Maybe I'll get some followers or something. But
I try.
Yeah. No, I know.
I shout out.
You do awesome. Cool. All right. Anyways, that's it for this week. Hopefully, maybe I can figure something out for next week. I don't want to bug Steph about coming on the show, but I don't know. And I don't want to do a lame one by myself and then it ends up not good or something. And I'm doing trivia against myself and that doesn't work.
I don't know. You could always just do a let's play or something. I don't know.
I could still stream. Yeah, exactly. I could stream and just not count it as an episode. It's just an extra behind the scenes thing or something. Just play some games. That'd be awesome. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Stream, I don't know, something that you like a lot.
Oh, man. Princess Tomato? That's the first thing that comes to mind.
I mean, you've already done that, though.
I know, but nobody watched.
That's true.
You probably showed up, maybe, but...
I did show up, yeah.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you're awesome.
Because I remember, because you were, like, trying to get into that tree or something.
Oh, I don't even remember that. Yeah, oh, yes, I do. Wow. Yeah, I got pretty far then, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. But I could play the Guardian Legend. That's something that I've been wanting to play. That game's so good on NES. Man, soundtrack, so good. Okay, anyways, that's the show. We almost made it to 5 o'clock. Not bad.
Yeah.
That trivia was so much fun.
Yes. Likes the show.
Yeah. Sad you won't be on the show next week, but the week after. So what would that be? What's the date? I want to tell people when we're coming back. Proper.
Next time we will be back on
Wednesday,
July 24th.
The 24th. That sounds about right. I don't think I have any appointments or anything going on that day, so
I don't think I do either.
Unlike today, so
cool. The schedule will change eventually.
Yeah. There'll always be changes. We'll move it to Tuesdays or weekends or, I think we already talked maybe a Sunday.
It can always be nighttime as well.
True.
Which might gain some traction. But anyway.
Yeah, true. The only time that doesn't work for me is when I got my hockey going.
Yeah.
But that's over at 10, but I don't know if you want to do it at 10 to midnight or something, but...
No, definitely not. It
But not
depends
that
on the
there's
day.
and not that there's hockey every night. It's just but, we'll figure it out.
There can be.
Yeah, yeah, a couple nights in a row sometimes, but there's always never 3 games in a row.
Hmm.
And then sometimes there's a week off and it's like random. But anywho, let's wrap this up. Again, thanks for people in the chat and for watching this on YouTube. Go follow
Hmm.
Cheetar on Twitch. Get him to 50 followers so we can get that affiliate so that I can make him a cool emo.
Oh man, that'd be cool.
And he can start getting the big bucks to start paying for better equipment and stuff and just like cooler things. Gaming chair so you're not hurting your back.
Yeah, this chair still hurts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's twitch.tv/Cheetar02. Go follow him.
Yep.
Cool. Anyways, take care, everybody. Cheetar, thanks for doing this.
Yep. Thank you.
And have a good rest of the week.
See ya.